Extra cores are coming tonight for some. Maybe. We'll have to see in just a few short hours. Also discussing MODOK, Marvel Zombies, and Drew Rumors. They are all on the way in this video, along with your questions from the mailbag. And if you're ready for that, guys, find that like button. Let's go smash it. Let's get right into this video today, guys. We're discussing first these missing power cores for some. So if you're not aware of what was happening in Marvel Strike Force over the past couple weeks, there was a pre-Black Friday offer in the store for about, I think it was $5 for 3,000 cores. It was a 14-day offer. Last week, we're supposed to get the last milestone of all that login calendar, which was the majority of those 3,000 cores, 1,400 cores. Now, there are some players that never got that final milestone. Friday, the devs said, last Friday, so a couple days ago, the devs said that they were going to send out the compensation for everyone that was supposed to get those power cores, but were missing it. But yeah, if you were playing on Friday, you notice everybody got those power cores, whether you got the offer, whether you didn't got the offer, whether you initially got to 1,400 power cores. So the fixes to the fix, again, broken. Scopely, what are you doing? But I guess this was the right response. Obviously, not having any bugs in the first place would have been the best response. Having the correct response, having the correct compensation go out to everybody that didn't get that would have been the next best thing. But if they're going to constantly screw up, I guess this is everybody gets an additional 1,400 power cores just for nothing. So recently, there was an issue where some players that purchased a 21-day login calendar, I guess it was 21 days. I thought it was 14. It says 21 right there. I guess it was 21. For some reason, I thought it was 14 in my head. But the final day was 1,400 power cores. Today, which was on Friday, they sent a compensation of 1,400 power cores, but they were unintentionally sent to all players that purchased the calendar. Scopely. Come on, Jeff, decimal point, Jeff, you got to get your act together. All right, or maybe not. Maybe keep sending out the free stuff. I kind of like that. I don't like the bugs, but I like free stuff. Anyway, it's a double-edged sword. The following action will be taken on Monday. So today, probably server reset in a few short hours. We'll see what happens, guys. Grab your popcorn. Let me know if you think this is actually going to go out. Players that were affected by the original login calendar bug will be sent the additional 1,400 power cores, so they will be made whole. All players that did not purchase the calendar will be gifted 1,400 power cores. We apologize for the confusion that this confused. So I think what they're doing is making everybody whole. And there's a prediction on Reddit. What is going to happen tonight? This person predicted everyone gets 2803 power cores. The first thing they'll do is send out 2803 power cores as a fix for the mistake. So more mistakes happening. Then they realize they made another mistake, and they'll make Dormammu free for all accounts for 47 minutes, except his stats will be all 1 stars. And then I guess maybe we'll lose some orbs or something if we had Dormammu for those 47 minutes. Realizing things are still not correct. They'll take servers down for the patch. And this come up, every member of the roster will be replaced by Patch Wolverine. Servers then go back down for repair. Mobile Gamer, Remedex, Philosopher, and ValleyFlyin go to say, trash! I do it so you don't have to. Hey guys, smash! All players get half core, 3 gold, 5,000 hug shards as compensation. It sounds about right, guys. Activision, bias boundless. Everybody then gets their 1,400 cores. So that's this Reddit user's prediction. Let me know your prediction. What is going to happen tonight as we get into the mailbag questions? ValleyFlyin, I got a question about Lubbock, Texas. The character gets offense up. Let's say Bishop on his ultimate, and Jubilee gives him ultimate offense up. Does it last for 2 turns, or does it double up? So it's not going to double up. And in some cases, and I think most cases, it will stack for 2 turns. Sometimes not, though, but it's definitely not going to double stack. So instead of 50%, would it be 100% on offense? No, it's still going to be 50%. It doesn't double stack for that as far as I know. Maybe there's some weird bug in the game that this is actually happening. But yeah, it's not supposed to stack double. It's supposed to go 1 turn, that gets removed, and then you get the next turn. So that's the way I understand it, unless there's some weird bug that's going on in the game. Valley, not a question, but I'd like to get your thoughts on a fun mechanic. All right, a non-question in the mailbag channel. All right, zombies. Basically, whenever a character kills an enemy, a non-summoning character, they spawn on your side of the field as a zombie. The zombies would spawn with reduced cloned reduced stats. The only big difference is that they would be a line in their passive that if they kill another non-summoned characters, they would also be a zombie. So I think this would be an interesting game mode. So as far as a game mode, this might be fun if you're constantly trying killing zombies. This could be pretty cool. The other thing, as far as introducing this mechanic, maybe a character, maybe that zombie Scarlet Witch from that What If series is the one that does this. So if she's on the field, they all become zombies or something. Or if you have a zombie on your field and then that zombie kills the enemy character, then you get some summoned zombies. That would be cool. But yeah, the zombie, the empowered version of a character, I kind of like where this is going. I think we need to discuss the details a little more, but I like the framework for this. I like the zombies and killing a character and bringing a zombie back makes it very thematic. And but not for all game modes, not for everything. I think this should be limited to a certain character, because this would be so annoying if you brought a zombie into war or the enemies had the raids or something. I could see this going very bad, but I could see this be going very well. If it's limited to certain game modes. So yeah, I like this. I like this as an idea. All right, next question. Do you know how long the Eternal Spirit Store will be active after the Endless Power event has already ended? So if we go in game right now, we see a timer on the store. It says 2 days and 3 hours. This timer is correct. So if you go in your game and you check what the store says, that is the correct timer. Forget what all the inbox messages say. Forget whatever anything else says on the blog. The timer on your store is correct. Unfortunately, I think we need a few more days on this so we don't have to spend a crazy amount of power cores, but this is what it is. So if you're getting those 35,000 of these store credits, what is the official name of this? Eternal Spirit Currency. If you're getting a lot of these from the energy spending milestones tonight, and you want to use it all, you're either going to have to get some non-Icarus shards in the store, or you're going to have to refresh this to get Icarus. So yes, this is the correct timer. Don't pay attention to anything else. That is the timer. That is how much time we have as of me recording this, but actually go into your game and check it out, and that will be how much time is actually left in the store. Back to the questions. Hey, ValleyFlyin, what is up? I was wondering if you could find out what happens when characters they rework. For example, with the upcoming rework of Spider-Man Miles, we encounter the AI in a raids, Blitz, Arena. Are we going against the original specs or the new updated characters? So I think it's different based on each game mode. Arena, obviously, it's based on your roster, so that is based on the new version of the character. Same with Blitz. Raids is a little different, especially the AI raids, the enemy raids, because sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't. I remember when Gamora came into the game with her new reworked empowered state, I would see her in the raids, and no matter how many turns she would take, she would not go empowered. Now, I don't remember what raid it is, but I think it's they go in per node and look at the characters. And sometimes some of these older raids like Ultimates, they don't rework the characters. They have all the old stats, their old kits, and that is what's in game. Other times they have the fully updated characters. So they're not consistent with it. So there's no one answer for every character. There's no one answer that's blanket across the board for every character they release. And even in that, even if they rework a character and they're in multiple raid nodes, they may do some nodes, they may not do other nodes. So it's really not consistent. But the areas that you're facing characters based on other people's roster or your own roster, like Arena or Blitz or even War, those characters are going to get updated as soon as characters have their rework stats on them or their rework kit on them. All right. Is there something keeping track of all the Scopely screw-ups and release compensations to ensure they aren't skipping these? I know there was a website that was going before. I think it was like the Days Without Incident website, but that is not around anymore. I don't think anybody's maintaining that, but yeah, it was, and it was tracking all the stuff. Now I don't think it's around anymore. But if anybody knows if something like this is still around or if a new thing is still around, let me know. I think this would be cool because I'm on the same boat. I've lost track myself. It's a shameful state to be in for Scopely. We shouldn't have to be tracking all of the bugs and all the compensation, what compensation we've gotten, what compensation we've missed on. Now, I think we are made whole, except for the compensation for the screw up of all the cores. I think other than that, we are back to normal, but I could be forgetting something. So if I'm forgetting something, let me know in the comments, guys. Hey, Valley, Drew, do you think the Miles Spider-Man off of, or do you think they moved Miles Spider-Man off of the Young Avengers to make space for someone like Kate Bishop? Very interesting point. Now, I haven't been hearing a lot of rumors from Drew about Young Avengers, Rework, Squirrel Girl. It does make sense. They seem to be leading towards that in the MCU with Kate Bishop. They have the Miss Marvel new show coming out, I think next year sometime. So it does seem to be that they're leading towards a new Young Avengers. I mean, there's other characters in the MCU that they're kind of replacing. Yelena kind of replacing Black Widow, and Kate replacing Hawkeye. We have She-Hulk replacing Hulk. So I think down the road they will be a Young Avengers team in the MCU. And if the marketing is strong and intelligent, they'll also be a Young Avengers team in Marvel Strike Force. But hard to say right now what they're going to do long term. I think in the short term, that doesn't seem to be the plan. But maybe later in 2022, maybe middle of the year, they could be doing something with Young Avengers. Not one of the teams I've heard of, but plans of Scopely always change, so it's definitely possible. Next question. Wrong button. There we go. All right. Hey, Valley, my alliance has noticed a pattern in Doom 2 difficulty raids. It appears that when a war starts, you're doing Doom 2 Doom raids, the difficulty is noticeably worse. The theory we have is like StarTech bug, which filtered into the raids in the past. The War Ready trait may now be doing the same thing. It has impacted us doing 60% runs to where we're now doing alternating 30 and 60% runs, opposite of war. 30% on the war day, 60% when no war. Have you heard about this in Envoy chat or elsewhere? If not, I can bring this to up to the group to investigate. So after I saw this, I posted this immediately in the Envoy chat to see if anybody else is having this issue. If I have been having this issue, I may not have noticed. War is not a huge priority for me, but I have noticed some days it's very difficult to do Doom 2, and other days very easy to do Doom 2. And I haven't put that together if it's related to raids. I'm going to pay attention to that more. I urge everybody to pay attention to this more. This could be a thing. It has been reported in the Envoy chat, but I don't know if this is going to be investigated yet. So if anybody has evidence that this is true, if anybody likes to do that kind of research, let me know, because this seems like it could explain some weirdness going on in the game. I hope this is it. I hope this have a fix. If not, then I've just been getting screwed by RNG. I don't know, but yeah, there could be something to this. I'd like to find out more information on it, as I will definitely follow up on that and see if we can get an answer for this question. All right. Favorite Christmas movie? Oh man, like a lot of my favorite stuff, it goes in waves. So one week it may be something, and maybe something else the next week. Could be on a day-to-day basis. But I mean, there's a lot of classics that I watch every single year. Die Hard, Christmas Story, Scrooge, The Home Alones, Jingle All the Way. There's a lot of them, but I think right now, today, and it may change tomorrow, and some of it's based on the Christmas movies that we already saw this season and what we haven't saw. I would say today, my answer is going to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. 1, because we haven't watched it already this holiday season. And 2, it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. So, yeah, that's my favorite one today. But if you ask me tomorrow, maybe it's Die Hard. Maybe it's Jingle All the Way. Maybe it's a Charlie Brown Christmas. I don't know. But today, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. What is up, Valley? I have 2 elite 6-star Orb Savers. Wondering if any of the other upcoming characters, Magic, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Punk, Scarlet Spider, T'Challa starters worth opening, or if it's a save for next legendary or future characters. So this one's a hard one to answer. So first off, Magic, I'm not sure what she's used for. I'm not sure why she's coming to the game. I'm not sure what these potential reworks, if there are reworks to the Uncanny X-Men, I don't know what this team is going to be used for. So until I know that, I'm not going too hard on Magic until I know what she's used for, and if it's to solve a problem that I already have solved, or if it's a problem that I'm still dealing with. So I'm gonna wait on Magic, but possibly could be the best for your roster. Spider-Gwen, Spider-Punk, Scarlet Spider, and then Miles and normal Spider-Man, all part of that Web Warriors team. So I think since they're a raid team, you're gonna want to build them up kind of evenly. At least 5 stars for all these characters. Obviously, if you get a 6 or 7 on any of these characters, would be better. The 2 that really stand out to me, one is Spider-Gwen. I'd like to have a lot of red stars on her. One, and my logic is because in her passive, she does a lot of counterattacks. So the higher her red stars and her base stats are, the more counterattack damage she's going to be doing. So Spider-Gwen
It's a little bit of a, I don't know if that's going to be my final choice, but that I'm putting it like a little asterisk next to her because I think she'll be a decent character with a lot of red stars. The other one I'm looking at is Scarlet Spider. And that is based on his passive as well, because he has a 3% healing in raids for web warrior allies. That's going to be based on his health. So the higher health he has, the more stats he's going to be getting on his roster, and the more health he's going to be distributing to the rest of the team. So I think those are my two picks. Spider-Gwen for the damage, Scarlet Spider for that health boost. Star-Lord T'Challa, obviously not officially confirmed, but I think most people's head are in that direction there. I don't know what he's going to be used for as well if he does come to the game. I think most people are expecting a Ravager rework if he is coming to the game, especially because of that Yondu Blitz coming later this week. But I don't know what the purpose of Star-Lord T'Challa is, so I can't recommend putting any red stars in him. He may not even be the character coming to the game, but yeah, until we know the purpose of those characters, if it is T'Challa, Magic's purpose, I think I'm going to lead on those characters to either Spider-Gwen or Scarlet Spider. But if you're not going hard on the Web Warriors, if Magic, there's no real use for you either, and if we do get Star-Lord T'Challa and there's no use for that character for you, just save it. Just save it. There's no harm in saving, you know, unless you're really needing something right now. All right. Oh, yo, Valley, what is up, brother? It has been a long time since the last time. Yes, Alice, it has been a while. All right. A friend of mine came over, and I suspect another cryptic message, brother. Let's see. A friend of mine came over. We're talking about next year and the end of this year. You ever had those philosophical conversations that just jump from nowhere? That sounds like a clue. That sounds like a clue. Wait, what? It sounds like something's going over my head, Valley Club. What am I missing here? Anyways, he and I got to talking about what if Scopely got out of the way of Boundless and allowed them to create a better game without minimal expenses. I would love that. I don't know if it's Scopely that's holding Boundless back from releasing the kind of game that we want, or if it's Boundless that's holding themselves back and Scopely is just saying, hey, make the money, figure it out. I don't know what the dynamic is between Boundless, the parent company, and Scopely, the actual studio for Marvel Strike Force, but interesting. All right, I came back and asked him about what is after the end of the world. He hypothesized a giant being from deep in outer space would go around eating up worlds. Crazy, right? Whoa, eating worlds. That sounds like a Marvel character that I'm thinking of. Someone that maybe eats planets. Is this a clue for another character to coming to Marvel Strike Force? Alsace? I don't know. There's a lot of cryptic messages, I think, in some of your questions. All right, so Valley, what do you think may be coming after the end of the world? My friend believes it's a giant space alien who eats planets. Is he trying to throw a hint at you? Could this be something for Grand Tournament, brother? I don't know. That character that you're talking about, Galactus, he eats planets. He would fit in like a Grand Tournament, or you think it's a lot of nothingness. So nothingness. So in computer terms, nothingness is Knull, which is also the name of that symbiote god Knull, which is spelled a little differently. But I don't know. Are we talking about Galactus? Are we talking about Knull? I'm so confused. I feel like there's something going over my head. I feel that there's a lot more information in this question that I'm just not seeing. Anyway, all I know is we see smaller aliens way before a giant one eats the planets. All right, so the smaller aliens, obviously the symbiotes. Could this be a clue? I don't know. I think we're gonna talk to Drew in a little bit. So let's see if there's any more questions. I think there was a question specifically for Drew, but let's see if we can get a answer about this as well. Yo, Valley, the great work. Do you do this solo or do you have a team of people? Just curious. Your channel is great. It's actually just me doing all this stuff. Pretty much everything on my channel is made by myself. The intro was made by brother Strider. And then the outro was also made by Strider. He's a friend of the channel and he hangs out on Discord sometimes. He also does graphic work. He's done that for me, but pretty much everything else I've done myself, all that stuff. So I'm glad you like it. And yeah. So yeah, a lot of it I've learned from YouTube actually. So the Photoshop, the Premiere, a lot of editing, a lot of the OBS stuff. I've learned a lot of that from YouTube. So a large learning curve, but once you get it, it's not as time consuming as it used to be. All right, yo, hey Valley, greetings from Singapore. I have 2 questions instead of 1 question. I hope it's okay. 2 questions? Are you? I'm just kidding. Anyway, it's fine. Ask your questions, guys. Leave as many questions as you want in the Discord channel. Okay, the first question. Do you think Scopely planned the Web Wars released around their campaign storyline, where S.H.I.E.L.D. opened a portal to returning Earth, resulting in a multiverse heroes like the Web Warriors crossing over to our dimension? I have no idea. I've honestly, ever since, even in year one, I didn't really read the story. So I have no idea what the story is in Marvel Strike Force. I know Ultimus is the bad guy. They're trying to fight him using Strike, and Nick Fury says some things, but yeah, I guess that sounds very logical. So I would say yes, based on your question. All right, my second question is, do you think MSF will carry on releasing more Spider-Verse tunes, given the number of Spider-Verse tunes they announced recently, hoping that SpiderMan 2099 will be coming in the next bunch of releases? So something I've noticed with this patch, in the past, and I think Scopely has similar numbers, but you could go look at the numbers on the videos on my channel. Mutant videos, very, very popular. Around the time when they released Phoenix and Colossus, the channel numbers and the numbers in Marvel Strike Force went up. So I think that's a hint that Scopely likes mutants. That's why they're releasing so many mutants. That's why I think we're getting magic this patch. The other time they had a big jump as far as the channel, which I think that was also a big jump for Scopely, was last year when we had Anti-Venom and what is the other one? Scream. Yeah. So we had those two characters, and there was a big jump in the channel. So I think Scopely is taking some hints. They say the community, they like mutants. Let's release more mutants. We're going to make more money that way. And they like symbiotes. They like spiders. Let's release more characters and hopefully make more money that way. And that's why I think we have a lot of these characters this patch. Obviously, if there's more money to be made with Spider-Verse characters like 2099 and some of the villains, I know there's a big rose gallery for Spider-Man. Yes, they're going to release it. They're a money-making company. If there's a way that they can make money, they're going to release that character that corresponds with that financial arrangements. Now, in the next bunch of releases, as far as the rumors that I've been hearing from Drew, it doesn't seem like there's more now, but maybe down the road. All right. Hey, Valley, I hope you're doing well. Are you excited for the Web Wars? Oh, heck yeah. Now, I don't know how much I'm going to build them. They're going to be using a lot of my resources, but just on their kits, they look like a fun team. I would definitely want to try them out. So I am looking forward to them. I'm kind of excited because their kits look like they're very fun. I was thinking, since now they're two solid raid teams, Bio, can we get MODOK and the game rework AIM for the tech raid team? Yes. Now, I'm not a big fan of MODOK, obviously. He's ugly character, but if he's going to provide some help for the tech section of Doom, then yes, any character that'll provide some tech help for Doom is a good character in my book. Even that ugly, dirty MODOK. So AIM rework, though, I think that's a little less likely. Now, the reason I say that, there have been characters that have gotten multiple reworks. The only reason I'm holding off on AIM is because they've already gotten a rework, a full faction rework about 2 years ago or so. They were okay, and then they fell off again. They're not really relevant now, so wouldn't be the worst thing. But back when around AIM was getting released, I remember the devs at Scopely saying they wanted all characters to be at least usable. Now, I think AIM is in the usable stage. The one characters that I don't think are usable are two factions, Hand and Ravagers. There's rumors of Ravagers getting rework, especially because of this Yondu Thursday Blitz, so that could be a thing. So the only one that would be left is Hand, that never got a rework in the game. Certain characters like Elektra did, but the entire Hand faction not. So I think that's a little more likely. I don't know if it fits tech, but as far as MODOK coming into the game, if it's gonna get AIM a rework, that's fine. If it's gonna provide tech solution for Doom raids, then that's awesome stuff. All right, so good idea. While they're at it, Scopely should add more AIM tunes to the team. Adding Mankiller would be sick. She's like a sick, kick-ass hot chick with mad skills. She could even increase in size like Ant-Man. All right, let's go take a look at her, because I did look her up on Wikipedia. I haven't heard of this character, but critics have called her a character of feminists who despise all men. And she was from the 70s, so it looks like we had Karens even in the 70s. Like Katrina, I think they call her Karen Louisa Von Horn, right? So yeah, she doesn't like men. She has that female symbol on her belt there. All right, well, let's move on. This is a very weird character. I don't think that would be my first choice, either MODOK either, but, you know, I wouldn't be mad if they gave me tech help in the Doom raids. All right, with the Web Warriors team being rumored to be the new legendary unlock team, could the new legendary possibly be Knull? I remember Drew briefly mentioned Knull during the last round of rumors without going into further detail. Yes, Drew. All right, we've been talking about Knull. We've been talking about symbiotes. We've been talking about characters potentially coming, maybe MODOK. But Drew, you did mention Knull last week, so what information do you have on Knull, brother?
ValleyFlyin, you're right. Last week I did mention that I had more information on Knull. Unfortunately, not good news for Knull fans. The latest rumors for the symbiote god is he's now looking like an October of 2022 character. Disappointing for those that wanted him sooner rather than later. The good news is that there's more fan favorite characters lined up for that October timeframe, and the first is that vampire hunter Blade. Valley Club, let me know if you think his character model will be based more off of Cottonmouth or Willie Mays Hayes. And last week, I did say it looks like Game Row still on the schedule for February. And it looks like that other piece of that cryptic Facebook message from 2020, the agent, well, it looks like 2022 will also be the year for Agent Venom, also targeted for that October timeframe. And last but not least, a brand new Ghost Rider also looking for a release around that time. And I also have more information on that rumored Hellfire Club team, but I'm gonna save that for later in the week. That's all I've got for you today, Valley Club. It is frothy time for me, but don't worry, I'll be back.
Ah, yes, Drew. Always delivering the hottest rumors, brother. Knull. I know many of the community members have been asking on Knull for a while. I'm looking forward to him. October is a little disappointing, so I guess that answers if he's going to be a legendary unlocked by the Web Warriors. Probably not based on that time frame, but if they push him up, maybe. Also looking forward to all those other characters, Drew. Blade looks fun. I know people have been asking about him for a while, especially around Halloween. And if he is still going to be released in October of 2022, it's finally going to be that Halloween release for Blade that people have been asking about. Agent Venom, that was teased on Facebook back in 2020. So maybe it's 2 years later we'll finally get him in the game. And I don't know if these guys are all going to be a team. I don't know if they really have a fit together. I would think Knull would be with symbiotes, Blade, Agent Venom, and then finally Ghost Rider. Is it the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider? I don't know, with a car? That would be cool. I don't know. We'll see what happens, though, but I'm excited about these rumors, and I'm excited about what you have to say next time about the Hellfire Club. All right, Valley Club. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all of your questions. Thanks for leaving it on the Discord. I appreciate every one of the questions. Hopefully all of them got answered this week. Some of them I didn't have all the information, but some of them I did pass on to the devs. And if you want to leave your question for a future Monday mailbag, guys, make sure you are a member of the Discord. The link is down below. I will see you guys next time. Let me know what you're most hyped about. What do you think is happening in this update releasing this week? Yeah, it's going to be a big one, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you check me out on social media. Check out some of my other videos. And if this video was helpful for you, leave it a like. Leave it a thumbs up. It helps that YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button because that helps it as well. And hit that notification bell so you know as soon as a new video is uploaded. I will see you guys next time. Check me out on social media. Give me that Hulk fist bump and I'll see and have a great rest of your day. I almost said it twice. Have a great rest of your day, guys. ValleyFlyin out.